Questionable Questions by Tom Seast. No doubt, there is little or no doubt that I am probably one of the most difficult people to live with because I ask so many questions or question so many things. If it comforts you, I ask myself all the same questions and question so many things that I do. Why do I ask questions? When do I ask questions? How do I ask questions? Of whom do I ask questions? And where? It is very evident that many find my habit of questioning everything annoying, especially in the last year. Why did the chicken cross the road? The poor chickens have spent their lifetimes having their reasons and motivations questioned, and I suppose that I'm no different. Once most children learn to speak, they begin to start questioning everything, and then the real questioning begins. We will ask the child why they question everything we ask them to do. We will ask them why they did something. We will ask them what they were thinking. We will ask them all sorts of questions. The irony. It seems somewhat ironic that we spend all this time asking them why they ask questions when, in most cases, we don't really want to know why. In most cases, we've just found their constant questioning annoying, disruptive, and exhausting. In many cases, we immediately jump to conclusions regarding their motives and question their loyalty, their sanity, their genetics, and the condition of their diapers. If we are honest, when we've reached the point of exhaustion, we just prefer that they don't ask the questions. Ask me anything. Why? We want children to learn, but in many cases, we don't want them to ask questions. I suppose there can be many reasons for this response. Perhaps we are full of pride and don't want to admit we don't have the answers to most questions. Perhaps we feel guilty because we don't have time to provide thoughtful answers. Or maybe we just don't understand why they ask all those questions. Yogi Berra supposedly said, "If you ask me anything I don't know, I'm not going to answer." So why do we choose to respond to questions instead of answering questions? That's a good question. Respond or answer. When someone asks a question, we usually make a choice to either ignore them, respond to them, or answer them in some way. We often respond in a way that serves as an indicator as to whether we welcome questions. And some of us learn from this and stop asking questions. Some of us don't. I suppose a good question to ask when facing uncertainty like this is why we are not answering or asking questions. Without questions. In the last year, it has become apparent that many would like us to stop asking questions. People that ask questions are often labeled immediately as anti this or anti that because they dare to ask a question. As time passes, some of these people that ask questions start questioning the futility of asking the questions, while others press on and continue to ask more questions. My poor wife has had to live most of her adult life with me and her sons questioning everything. But in some small way, it's a gift, and it keeps on giving. No questions and no answers. I've always questioned the unquestionable because those that can't be questioned signal that they've stopped learning. I look for experts in various fields that will provide thoughtful answers to questions and put up with the novice level questions. For I recognize that in listening to the questions, we get a list of things we need to communicate in a better way. It makes it easier to understand what ideas we need to communicate better when we listen to the questions. Questions lead to better answers. It makes me sad when I see someone that is not asking questions or not willing to answer questions. It signals to me that either their curiosity is fading or that they've given up on ever finding the answers. For me, at least, it's the pursuit of answers and the asking of questions that keeps me going. It's my fuel. It's my fire. More to learn. You may have already had all the answers to these questions and more, and have just stopped asking the questions. I hope not. I hope you ask more questions, find answers, evaluate, and ask more questions. Is this right or wrong? Fact or fiction? Ask the fact checkers because they know. I don't know. I just hope you continue to find the desire and drive to ask questions in a time when asking questions is forbidden and means that you want to kill someone's grandma. Me. You can ask me anything, and I will likely respond. You may not like my response or my answer if I have any knowledge of the topic, but you can be sure I'll enjoy the question and listen to it, for I am still learning and growing. If I can help you in any way, please let me know. If you like my writing or reading, follow my questions online at the links listed below.